Mohamed Salah has scored more goals against the Guardiola-managed side than anyone else with his 11 goals against City, and a brace here would see him become the fifth player to notch up 200 goals for the Reds. The hot stat on the flash score app, both teams have scored in 11 of the last 13 head-to-heads. So hopefully it will be a goal fest. We'll see if it matches the visit of City to Stamford Bridge a couple of weeks ago. These players are back and they are ready to get going after the international break. Darwin Núñez with a spectacular trip down to South America. 3 goals for Uruguay during that break. Also, Dominic Szoboszlai, Liverpool midfielder, with a brace for Hungary. And the subplot here is Alvarez against Núñez on 4 goals each. They actually faced each other, Argentina and Uruguay, in that break. Uruguay in scintillating form, as are both of these club sides here. And you can check the flash score up throughout this broadcast and come along with us to have a look at the stats, the shots on goal, the possession counts, and more. We'll see who dominates from the very early portion of this game. The first 15 minutes so crucial. Bernardo Silva will be amongst the most influential players you would think out there. A ripping Saturday fixture, and what a way to get us back into club action. If you've been missing the aroma of the Premier League, well, we are back with Klopp against Guardiola. Liverpool visiting the Etihad to take on the current reigning English champion, who are playing in the sky blue with the white shorts and the sky blue socks. Bernardo Silva will get us underway. All the way back to Edison it goes. And it's City going from left to right. The long ball from the keeper to the head of Haaland. It'll drop for Rodri. Easily crowded out of it by Salah. And now he needs to spread play. Immediately goes towards the left to find Diogo Jota. Cut off by Walker. And again, Liverpool with a high press. Good pressure here for a couple of quick passes out from the back. Diaz is back there. Nice ball from Rodri. Vertical pass will find Foden. And we'll take you through the starting 11s for each side as Silva then distributes play down the left to Jeremy Doku, the Belgian, running in towards Alexander-Arnold. Needs to find a partner. Nearly found Haaland. Good defending there by Matip to save the day. It's picked up again by Akanji and Rodri. Out to Doku on the left. He's got 2 to beat there. He finds Silva. He's around McAllister to the byline. And again, it's Matip with a good right foot intervention. Liverpool with a 4-3-3. Alisson in goal. He might be forced to make a save. Right here at 60 seconds gone already. City looking quite ferocious in attack. And that's come off Doku. That'll be what he says should be a City throw. And I think he's going to win it. Becker in goal for Liverpool. Van Dijk and Matip, the 2 centre-halves. Right side of defence will be manned by Trent Alexander-Arnold. Left side with Konstantinos Tsimikas. And Alexander-Arnold's already doing well to make that ball come off Bernardo Silva and win Becker a goal kick. The 3-man midfield, Curtis Jones, Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai. Darwin Núñez, central focal point. Up forward with Salah on the right wing, Diogo Jota on the left. Van Dijk will go long over the halfway, and immediately Diaz pokes it forward. Centred about 30 yards. Through came. Looks as though it's a Liverpool player that's been sent forward to the ground by Bernardo Silva. Didn't think that the City midfielder knew he was coming. It's actually McAllister who rose quite high in his hip, coming into contact with Silva, who just stayed planted to the ground quite simply. Liverpool with a free kick. Over the halfway they go. Apart from winning it back in midfield and coming forward quickly through Salah, it's been mainly Manchester City down the other end. In the opening 3 minutes, it's 0-0. First versus second. And Jurgen Klopp said it's going to be a super special game in the lead up to this, just before kick-off. 2 really exceptional football teams, he's classed them. And I'm pretty sure most fans around the world would. It's Guardiola that said that Liverpool is a team that is built to run. And we'll see if they can do enough to contain Erling Haaland up forward. So far, it's been Doku looking for his Norwegian teammate, but unable to pick him out. Here's Liverpool coming through the middle, straight down the corridor. Szoboszlai and Jones. Now back for Alexander-Arnold. It'll be settled down with Joel Matip playing on the right side of the centre-half pairing. Finds McAllister, the Argentine, up against Alvarez. Two Argentinian teammates won the World Cup together, played together during the break, but they face up against each other today. There's a forward run with Jones went to ground. It's a call play on by today's referee, Chris Kavanagh. Now Kyle Walker will ping forward, bombing down the right wing. Comes towards Tsimikas, hemmed in by the touchline. Goes back to Foden. Now all the way back to Manuel Akanji playing in the Stones role. So he will give Rodri a little bit of support in that box midfield as they surge forward. The Citizens. Now Walker wants Foden once more. Inside ball. They'll work out through the legs of McAllister. Foden back with it. Now out for Bernardo Silva at left midfield. Doku wants to come into the box. Salah is with him. Doku can't find the space. Gave it back to Akanji. Now Silva has the overlapping run from Ake. Doesn't use him to the back post. Floated over the top of Van Dijk. It'll bounce for Haaland with plenty of work to do. His cross took a diversion, and Jones will work things out for Liverpool and work it down the left touchline. Darwin Núñez. Well, he hasn't been on the ball thus far. He's passed straight into Rodri, cut off the angle. Now it's Alvarez. Poorly done by him. Taken away by Tsimikas. Worked out again by McAllister. And Szoboszlai back to Alisson Becker. Across for Matip. Still working their way out of the back portion of the pitch. Doku in pursuit. Now Salah. Working the angles. Working the stop-start runs with Salah with his back to the halfway line. Took possession and allowed Liverpool to get back into their formation. Their 4-3-3. Tsimikas. City with 5 in their first line. They want Liverpool to go over it. Liverpool love a bit of ground passing, as do Pep Guardiola's side. Current treble winners of the League Cup, the Champions League, and this very competition. Now Salah can't dance the dance. Loses out to Ake. Bernardo Silva will go behind. He'll resort to Manuel Akanji. Just outside his own penalty area. Now at walking pace into the 7th minute at 0-0. And you can check the stats on the Flash Score app, as I said at the top of the broadcast. Edison. Rodri, part of the back line at this point. Liverpool with a line of 2 and 3 right up top there, forcing City to go down the right wing. Instead, nice ball from Diaz. Akanji to Rodri. Had the run of Haaland. High line from Liverpool. It'll go through the legs of Núñez. Out towards Walker. He pivots. Back inside. It'll go to Akanji. And again, it's settled down by Ruben Diaz in his 4th season since leaving Benfica. City just looking for a spell of possession here. Trying to make sure Liverpool are unfamiliar with the ball. Here's Bernardo Silva. Now it's through for Haaland. Foot race on with Alexander-Arnold. Shoulder to shoulder they are. Lovely back heel from Haaland. Still in play. Doku weaving his magic. Comes towards a wall of 3. Now back for Rodri. Outside the box. He'll chip it over to the far side on the right. For Walker, who'll just keep it in, Willie. I think that may have gone out. And the linesman, of course, has made that ruling. It's all about how tenacious both sides are in this opening quarter of an hour. The stats will show you 80% of the ball with City. No goal attempts for either side. Becker with a goal kick in the 8th minute. Just the one free kick. That was Liverpool's. It was in the centre of the pitch when McAllister was sent tumbling to ground by Silva. Nothing in it. No intention. No yellow card shown. Now it's Szoboszlai. Núñez did well to shield possession. I think the ball might have gone out. It was Unnecessary for Nunes. Didn't need to take that touch. It ends up a City throw. Doku with a really poor first touch there, and he's given away a free kick against the Hungarian in his first season since coming to the Premier League. Later on today we have some other live broadcasts, so do join us for Newcastle, Chelsea, Nottingham, Brighton, Sheffield United, Bournemouth and Brentford, Arsenal. You can check all the other scores in the English game, and also there's Serie A, La Liga, Bundesliga. We saw Bayern last night got the result that they needed. Harry Kane, and there's no other way to say it. It's special form, a special period for him since leaving Tottenham, and he is the highest scoring ever Englishman in German football now. Home record in 2023 for Manchester City: 23 games, 23 wins, 76 goals scored, 11 conceded. Long ball goes out towards Doku. Lovely chest inbound. Then it was Alexander-Arnold that recovered. Played in the right part of midfield for Gareth Southgate's England against Malta. Now out to the right wing for City, going from left to right. If you're visualising the screen, Foden did well to keep in that pass. And now back in for Akanji. Finds himself in the playmaker role behind Haaland. Realised perhaps that Jones had his measure. Now out to the left. Doku. Akanji seems to be omnipresent right now, involved in everything, and I think Liverpool will like that. I'd rather him on the ball than a John Stones or a Silva. Also gives that defensive element of the game. Now Rodri. Again Akanji, back to Ruben Dias. A few of these players nominated for the Ballon d'Or. Some of the world's finest. And Haaland just missing out to Messi, of course. Second place for the Norwegian. First time pass from Foden, chopped up by Tsimikas. Now to go back to Van Dijk, 32 years old, as is his defensive partner in the middle, Joel Matip, both at 32. Oh, that's been given away. Big error there, and Foden will strike. It was Becker who gave away the ball quite cheaply in his own penalty area, then recovered and atoned with the save, and it was just a shocking ball. Cannot make those kind of passes. But it's all about City's ability to close down the space. Becker, what was he thinking? Foden on the left boot from about 6 yards to the right of the right post. He struck it on his left. It was down low. And it was right down the guts where Alisson was standing. Now it's Alexander-Arnold. Chips the ball forward. No one there. No Reds. And out comes Edison. 12 minutes gone. You'd have to say City look a little more dangerous so far. First versus second. 5 of the last 6 titles with City. The other one with Liverpool. Weren't really able to celebrate that. It was during the lockdown era. Plenty of celebrations though for Manchester City. Rodri on the ball will spray it out laterally. Still in their own half though. Trying to feel their way through. Jota closes down Walker. He goes back in bounds. Finds Ruben Dias. An astute looking defence from City. Even when they're out of possession, it's a system that Guardiola's got where he finds Rodri and they go straight down the middle. All of a sudden a through ball in behind for Haaland is overhit. Alisson on the ball. Settled down by Jota. McAllister is the last man back with Matip. Cameroonian will chip it across. He'll find Jones. When he plays, Liverpool usually get results. Salah has been so quiet. And again, long ball was earmarked for the Egyptian. Closed down by Ake. Liverpool throw. Szoboszlai back for Matip. Possession starting to work out a little better for Liverpool. Just on 34%, and Matip was a little nerve-wracking back there for him. Haaland's come away with it down the left wing. Now Doku. The cavalry arrive. Bernardo Silva. Back for Doku. Up against Szoboszlai. Wants the space in behind, and Tsimikas ensures the ball doesn't find its way to the right post for Foden. Sharp-looking City, but Liverpool so far have been positioned extraordinarily well. A composed-looking defence. Apart from that one pass out from Alisson Becker. It's the only save of the game. It hasn't been cagey. It's just an arm wrestle at this point. A chess match. And we will see the intelligence of Jurgen Klopp, how he's going to approach the next portion of the game, the next 15 minutes. Mo Salah with 13 appearances and 10 goals now this season, 4 assists. Haaland with 13 goals and 3. So prolific, so important to these two sides, so important to the Premier League in general. Becker playing as the last defender. Something different from Klopp here as everyone is pushed around the halfway line. Van Dijk will find Jones. Tries to get around Foden on the second attempt. Gets there. Tsimikas in a bit of space. Now it's Liverpool's turn to try and breathe down the other end. McAllister back for Jones. Liverpool under 23 player, as is Alexander-Arnold. Both coming through the youth academy and sticking with the club. Now there's a lovely run here from Matip. City not expecting it. Now they get back in the box. Lovely cross. Big save. Still there to be put away. But somehow Ederson flaps at it. And then his teammates help him out and nudge it behind. Kyle Walker putting his body in the way. Salah's cross in from the right. Just lifted it to the head of Nunez. That was goal bound. The big right fist of Ederson pushes that over. Uruguay against Brazil. And then Kyle Walker watched it so carefully. Was able to contain the 16th minute. The ball forward by Ederson for Alvarez. Now Rodri, Spaniard, unable to be pushed off the ball easily. Jota would have loved to do it, send him to the floor and make a statement. Instead, Rodri was away. He's giving it away, though. Now Darwin Nunez. Can he finish this? Inside the area he comes, and he's been dispossessed at the last moment. Rodri getting back in time. Not sure if Nunez was onside. Now there's a free kick going against Liverpool in favour of Bernardo Silva. That is... Darwin Nunez looked onside because Ake was keeping him there, the Dutch defender. Getting back right at the last pivotal moment. It was Ruben Dias with the last touch. Etihad Stadium, also known as the City of Manchester Stadium. It's fairly full. I won't say it's at capacity, but it's not far off. 53,000. That's what you can fit in here. I've watched 23 consecutive wins. Haaland fighting that tussle with McAllister. He couldn't get there. Now the ball forward for Jota. And Szoboszlai, a little bit of creative license to switch over from right side of midfield to the left. City with it, though. So much joy brought for them in 2023. Liverpool looking to leave a little stain on that record of 23 consecutive wins here. One more would take them level with Sunderland. That record spanning, what are we looking at? Quick maths. 1892. It's about 131 years, I'd say. What prize do I get if I've got that right? Not sure. I'll check at half-time. Rodri now and spray it out towards Foden. Coming towards Jota, who got back. Really speedy recovery. Now there's some space for Doku. Last 10 minutes he's been very quiet. Big beginning in the first 5. Liverpool can't work it out from the back. They can't mop it up as easy as they'd like. City we're talking about here. The best club side in Europe going by the Champions League results. The Inter in that final. Rodri's goal. Haaland was contained though. So far Van Dijk's been able to do it. Silva on the turn and simply the numbers in red too good, and Jones will find Becker. Then he scrambles it away as Haaland dove in with desperation. Tsimikas now around Foden. Gets a good break on him. Sprints away. Acres of space. Finds Jota. There's a run on against Walker. I don't know what he can do. Gets back in time. Here's Szoboszlai into the area. Wants to shoot on the left. Good block by Ruben Diaz. He'll sit for Nunez. Uruguayan offside though. A little bit of end-to-end here. And Liverpool in defence with Jones. Got it back for Becker. Just kept that in. Hospital pass out to the left part of the defensive third. Found Tsimikas. He just kept it in. Around Foden. All of a sudden, Liverpool in transition. Looking sensational. ...20 minutes gone. 0-0. Manchester City and Liverpool, match day 13. Possession in the last 5 minutes has all been Liverpool, 68% of it. But looking at the overall game, you can look at that on the Flash Score app. And you'll see that it's 60-40 in favour of the home sides. 1 goal attempt each, 1 shot on goal each. And 4 free kicks for City against 2. And Doku on the left. That's usually where he sits. He can play on the right. A player that's come over from Rennes in the French league. 2 goals and 5 assists so far. There's Akanji. He was able to beat McAllister, and he was picked up by Szoboszlai in tandem with Van Dijk. Lovely turn by Jones. Outdone by Haaland, who scrambled back in midfield. Now he comes forward around McAllister, dishes off. Doku runs into trouble. McAllister, good recovery. Bernardo Silva, the other creative midfielder, out to the left again for Doku. Liverpool covering the angles. Solid defending. Rodri. Everyone back for Liverpool. Walker. And unmarked Diaz as Nunez in front of him. How important will Manuel Akanji be in all of this? The Swissman. Now Doku once again. As Alexander-Arnold coming towards him. Back to Ake. Doku to the byline. He wants to go. Sizzles the ball in. Haaland. Well, he made half a chance from nothing. Now, have they pushed Liverpool into an error here to give away a cheap corner? Doku, electrifying run to the byline. In came Haaland. Down went Van Dijk. 23rd minute of play. It's going to be a corner for Manchester City. Coming in from the left side. Now going from right to left. Haaland will be the obvious target. He's marked up by Szoboszlai. I'll go short. Foden. Back for Alvarez. Trying to find an angle to get across it. It's blocked though. Now Liverpool can get it forward to Salah. He's all alone. The isolation. And then was he dragged to ground? He was. He wants a yellow card shown. I think that's on Julian Alvarez. The referee today is Chris Kavanagh. He's not going to disappoint the home fans and pull out the yellow. Lovely ball forward for Salah. But already there were 4 City players getting back there. There was only Nunez on the other side. He's never going to find the pass So back with it in midfield. Liverpool growing into the match. Matip. How long can he hold out for before Haaland gets a proper chance on goal? Such a clever player. So far, Matip has looked resolute. Diaz. Back for Edison. He'll chip it out of danger. Fine Bernardo Silva. Nudges that on to Doku. Chests it down superbly. Back for Nathan Ake. Forward to Rodri. And this is where it all starts. Rodri's pass wasn't that good, and Alvarez will do well to keep possession for City. Then Foden. There's been an error here from Foden. He hasn't actually kept that in. Guardiola is up on his feet. He knows what this means in terms of the title race, at least setting the narrative for the next month. If Liverpool can somehow extract a win. Guardiola unbeaten in 7 Premier League games at home against Liverpool. And that's what is on the line. Tsimikas now. Back for Van Dijk in their own defensive third. He'll switch play. Hopeful ball out to Salah, the Egyptian. And he worked some ancient magic there. That was beautifully done. Whipped it back. Another forward pass for Jones. Intended for him, but headed away. Rodri now out of trouble. Had 3 to get it through. Finds space now for Doku. Into the box. Around 1, around 2. We'll leave it for Rodri. Scramble at the back. Somehow Liverpool closing down the space. Out to the left. They need to knock it into the back post. That's where Haaland is. He needs to run in at it. Silva will try his luck. I think he wanted that ball to ricochet off Alexander-Arnold. That'll be another corner. Left side of the pitch. 26 minutes into the game. 0-0 at the Etihad. Liverpool coming into this one, having played 12, won 8, drawn 3, only lost to 1. City have lost 2 coming into this. Conceded 12 against Liverpool's 10. Who will be the first to concede here, though? The Citizens. Again, it'll be Alvarez. Loops it in high. It's actually come off a Liverpool player. I think that was Van Dijk or Szoboszlai, one or the other, who got in each other's roads. So that'll be another corner, but from the opposite side, because that's just gone the goal line side of the corner flag. Alvarez will jog on over. The number 19, 4 goals and 4 assists for him. Second year after leaving River Plate. Here he comes. Goes short along the byline. Silva's there. Fakes the back heel. Now he makes some space for Foden. Will he line up the shot? It took a deflection of Jones and then set up perfectly for Becker, whose clearance is not a good one. Floats its way through to Ake. Around 1, around 2. Here's Haaland! And he dispatches the goal into the bottom right corner. Becker got a hand to it, but Erling Haaland only needed the one chance to reach 50 Premier League goals. 27th minute, it is Manchester City 1, Liverpool 0 on match day 13. So clinical when it counts. Erling Haaland in for goal number 14. Add the 36 from last season. Quickest player to get to 50. And witnessing history. Rugby clearance. Ake went round 1, went round 2. Easy pass in towards Haaland. Ake just at the edge of the box, the pass for Haaland. Left foot across Becker in line with the left post. Finds the bottom right post just inside. Becker punching the ground. I think it may have even been a case of a Liverpool defender hitting Haaland's foot as he struck the ball, and it helped it along with the angle. Pep Guardiola celebrates with a big fist. Jurgen Klopp will be Absolutely furious with that passage of play. Fewest games to 58 Premier League goals. Haaland with 48, Andy Cole with 65. So 17 games the difference. And of course it's a lot of pundits who claim that players aren't Premier League ready when they come here. It's taken him, one season and 13 games to break the record. Cruising on in. Erling Haaland, you are a superstar. Now Salah. Can he inspire Liverpool to get back on level terms? Here's Nunez out towards Szoboszlai. His cross. First it hits Ake and then put out of play. So Kanji just inside Ake. I think City might revert to a back four in this situation. Try and remain compact. That was the big word being used before the game by Jurgen Klopp. I wouldn't say that passage of defending for Haaland's goal was very compact. Now some space. Tsimikas will go first time. Back inside for Jota. Tries to take on Rodri. Not sure if that was an improvised attempted back heel or not. Forward header from Matip. Haaland's pass back inside for Alvarez. Should have gone out to the left instead for Doku. Now the ball again around the penalty spot for Diogo Jota. He can't contain it. And was there an offside flag in any case? Half an hour gone. Liverpool trail by the goal. Two offside players as Liverpool come forward there. That ball from the midfield, and Salah was the central runner. Nunez had peeled off to the right. But two of them were offsides. So 15 minutes for Liverpool to find a goal before the break. Otherwise, it looks as though City will have a chance to make it 24 from 24 at home. Consecutive wins. Trying to pick the lock out of defence. Walker's ball chopped off right on the halfway line. It will sit for Walker once more. Now Rodri. Bernardo Silva has to get a move on. He had Szoboszlai breathing down his neck. Now Diaz waits for Nunez. Finds Edison. His pass had to be accurate. Found Rodri. Lateral to vertical to diagonal. This is how they get out of trouble. Now into the attacking half. Doku. Lightning speed. It's upon request from Jeremy Doku. Grealish wasn't feeling the best, so Doku brought into the sides, or maintains his place in the side. Of course, the big game before the break was that 4-4 away at Chelsea. Haaland opened it with a penalty for 1-0 on the 25th. Silva and Sterling made it 2-1 for Chelsea. Kanji in that first half stoppages made it 2-2. Then Haaland 3-2 in the 47th minute. Nico Jackson in the 67th. Rodri 4-3 for City in the 86th. And then the Cole Palmer penalty, the ex-City boy. Here's Doku. And his shot has taken a touch. Trying to curl that into the far corner. About 4 yards to the left of the left post. That inverted winger run around Alexander-Arnold. That's taken a touch off Matip and sails wide. So City with a corner from the right. Alvarez with a one arm raised. Now it's looking very full. I think everyone's got their drinks done and they're back in their seats. Capacity crowds. Alvarez's corner headed away. City still with it though. Foden. Rodri back to the halfway line for Walker. And that game against Chelsea, Vardiol did start that one. So in comes Ake for him, and the rest of the side is unchanged. Liverpool with a 3-0 win against Brentford. It was at Anfield. A couple of goals disallowed very early on. Mo Salah made he got Liverpool the lead in the 39th minute, then made it 2-0 in the 62nd as Nunez comes forward. Now there's some space. He can fire one off if he wants here. Does he want to take it on? No. It goes to Salah. Big angle up against Ake. Dutchman got a foot to it. Now Foden's back. And really well worked out. Foden still looking to open up some space for the release pass. Doesn't find Ake. Forward comes Alexander-Arnold. And that's something that City's done well. They've been able to quell that threat from the number 66 for Liverpool. But this is good. The counter-attack may have hit Nunez's arm. And you would have seen if this ball actually went in the goal if there was a foul on the lead-up. But Salah brought to a halt by Ake. Staunch defender. Mo Salah, 198 Liverpool goals with a brace here today. And they've got a corner here. Alexander-Arnold will deliver. Lovely delivery into the middle. He picked up on the outside of the box. Tsimikas swinging out to the right once more. Alexander-Arnold and Jones. Now back for Tsimikas again. He's the last defender. McAllister's there. This is Doku, so McAllister will go to Nunez. His header forward. Salah saying he was pushed. Or perhaps it was a handball from Akanji. It wasn't the biggest appeal. It wasn't exactly like it was a plum LBW. Edison fling a left boot clearance. Here's Haaland with the boot high enough to win that first. Found Rodri. A series of quick triangle passes, and now it's been given away. This is lovely from Liverpool. Szoboszlai finds Nunez. He can't find the angle. He had to turn his body and thread the ball through the legs of Edison. Very, very tight angle on the left side of the goal, but they only manufactured this chance because of the high pressing. Szoboszlai, a big component. Nunez looking to get to goal number 5. He's in red-hot form after 3 goals with Uruguay. Danger man. Now from the goal kick, it's Edison. Forward to Rodri, and Liverpool once more closed down, really clogging the lung of that City exit from defence. No room to breathe. Somehow they find their way through, though. Intricate passing to get out of danger. So Salah with those 2 goals against Brentford. Then Diogo Jota made it 3-0 the 74th minute. Bernardo Silva sprays it out to Doku. Can he knock this in? Doesn't usually like to bring it in aerially. Likes to run at defenders, create some chaos. He's very much like the Belgian Kvaratskhelia. Napoli playing Atalanta later today. Everyone wanted to see a Napoli-City final. It was Inter, City getting the job done, and here's Alvarez on the overlapping run with Foden. The Argentinian took his eye off the ball. It's come off his left foot now for a Becker goal kick. So far, it's Erling Haaland that has made the difference here. His 50th Premier League goal in just his 48th game. It all started with a shocking punt forward from Becker. Ake so casually got through and found Haaland right on the edge of the box. Took a touch, hit it to the bottom right corner. It's the running off the ball that makes Haaland so dangerous. Not just his skills on it, not just his big frame, his physicality, his aerial presence, his superstar status comes through the work ethic. Well, that's Edison with a ball, a sensational one through the middle. Evaded 2 Liverpool players. Now it's with Doku. Slow it down, back to Rodri on the halfway. 38th minute of play at 1-0 for Manchester City. Changes from that Brentford game for Liverpool. No Endo, no Gakpo. But it's McAllister who's back from suspension. And Curtis Jones into this 11. So just the 1 change for Guardiola, 2 for Liverpool altogether. First versus second. And the current standings, though, will show you a 4-point gap. City on 31 points right now. That's Silva trying to find the pass around the back of Matip. Can't quite get it in the right area. Now Nunez. Diaz slows him down. It's very much Manchester City setting the tempo. Foden. Almost a dance move mixed with some martial arts there to clear the ball. It'll be a Liverpool throw in the attacking half, though, on the left side. So Van Dijk will work it out with Matip. This is just the 11th goal that Liverpool has conceded. Only Arsenal boast a better defence. But they still have to play in this round, so they might concede. And it's a big day of Premier League football. Burnley, West Ham and Luton, Crystal Palace playing the 3 o'clock kickoff as well. Tsimikas on the ball with 6 minutes to go until the break. Points won from losing positions. 11 points all up for Liverpool. So if there is a team that can mount a comeback and get wins, it is the mighty Reds. A club that's won 19 First Division or Premier League titles. Long time between drinks, 1990 and then 2020. Manchester City, though, much more successful in recent times. I guess that's what a stack of cash will do to you, and good decisions in the market. Now it's Salah. Gets around one, finds the passing behind. Here's Nunez. Linesman's flag stays down for now. Nunez out to the right half space. Will find Salah, who eventually puts the ball into the back of the net, but it won't count. Ederson didn't even bother making the save because he saw the linesman eventually made the decision. Nunez was offside by about a metre. The back of Diaz. City defence didn't scramble back. Really careless defending at the other end, though, for Haaland's goal. His father here to see it. Manchester City 9-time champion. 5 of those coming in the last 6 seasons. Roberto Mancini in 2012 getting that all-important first one since 1968. Of course, the fans have turned up and jumped ship. Here's McAllister, try and fire one in. Took it on from about 30 yards. Then Salah out to the right side again. The chip comes in over the heads of Jota. And it's kept in. Fantastic work from Tsimikas. Here's Jones to the edge of the box. He goes square, and it was telegraphed, and away comes Silva. Puts his body on the line, draws in the defender, releases Doku. Now it's Alvarez down the right side, or Haaland. Where's Doku going to go? Goes to Alvarez. And not sure if that was a cross or a shot. In the end, a bit of both. It goes harmlessly behind. Liverpool survive. This was all Bernardo Silva's making. Genius. Just in front of his own penalty area. Was able to draw in McAllister, release Doku. They were chasing him to no avail. And again, it's another high offensive turnover. Rodri out to Doku. He's only got one to beat. Gets around Matip. Then the Cameroonian. What a recovery. Salah. Now there's a 2-on-1. Liverpool out towards Nunez. Out to the sideline, though. He's on the right wing. He's got Jota at the back post. Tries to pull it back. Linesman says that's come off Nunez and not Diaz. So there'll be an Ederson goal kick in the 43rd minute. What a first half it's been. You'd have to say City has deserved the lead if there was a deserved leader. XG now at 0.45 for Manchester City and 0.19 for Liverpool. 64% of the ball with the citizens. 5 goal attempts to 4. That's all about how clinical Liverpool can be. Will the game open up in the second half? Is there something for them in the first half? Here's Edison. Again, that was risky. Somehow it was a bullet ball forward. Release Alvarez. He's got 3 in front of him. Haaland's Foden out to the right. Alvarez makes the run in. And then it's Alvarez who created space for Foden. He shot that through on the left. I think Becker's got a hand to that and pushed it wide. Alvarez here found Foden. Then Alvarez makes the run. Takes... almost shepherded and made a whole load of space there, and it is Becker that's prevented that from hitting the same corner that Haaland found. Very nearly going 2-0 up on the half-time whistle. Alexis McAllister, I think, has taken a knock to the face. He's going to have to brace himself here for the Julian Alvarez corner from the right side. 45th minute. Is it Haaland o'clock once again? He'll make the run in. Almost a free header there for Diaz. And Ake rose high around the back. There's a little too much on that. Liverpool, the defence, not exactly outstanding on this occasion either from the set piece. Lacking that cohesion. Manchester City, and they have been splendid at the back, especially considering Nunez's form, and Salah, who's on the ball now. Szoboszlai into the middle, he goes first time. Still a loose ball there, and somehow City can tidy up at the back. Liverpool still with it. Just the 1 minute of first half added time. Tsimikas in for Jones. Spread it across towards Alexander-Arnold. Very central location though. Corralled by Haaland. You don't want him right behind you. It's poking his big left boot and take it away. Tsimikas. Back for Van Dijk. The switch comes. Square ball for Matip. Doku comes towards him. Liverpool going backwards. Might be safer to go to Becker. Szoboszlai dinks one back to McAllister. There is some space here for Alexander-Arnold. Really nice sliding tackle there from Silva to see out a big first half for Manchester City, who have the lead at the Etihad Stadium on match day 13. Erling Haaland with his 50th Premier League goal. Beautifully taken in the 27th minute. An error at the back, not just from Becker. It was a collective effort. And City with that lead over Liverpool. Will be back for the second half in about 10 minutes. these contain Manchester City, keep it to just the 1 point, or perhaps better that and overtake the reigning champion in the Premier League standings. Matchday 13 action. Liverpool to kick us off in the second half at Etihad Stadium. Today's referee Chris Kavanagh about to blow, and after we take this, Liverpool eventually do get us going. Matip will send us long, and it will find its way down the left side. Tsimikas now back for Becker. It was his clearance that didn't find its mark. It was brought down. Ake carved his way between a couple of Liverpool midfielders, found Haaland on the edge of the box, and he just took a touch, hit it on his left, found the bottom right corner. And that is how we have the separation between the two sides. City currently with a 4-point lead in the standings. On the live standings, on Flash Score, you can check those as the game goes on. Open up the website, open up the app, and get going. Now, there's a bit of space in behind for Haaland, and it wasn't seen by Silva. Instead, he preferred Doku. City going from right to left there in the home light blue. 27 wins on the trot, looking to make it 28 and looking good stead. Here's Ake. Just nudged to ground by Szoboszlai. City will have a free kick with a minute gone in the second term. And we'll get confirmation on the lineups coming in. Doesn't look as if either side have made a change. And we'll go through those again for you. Alisson in goal for Liverpool, the away side. Matip and Van Dijk are the central defenders, with Alexander-Arnold on the right. Tsimikas on the left, the former Olympiacos player. 3 in the midfields and 3 up top for Liverpool. McAllister, Jones, Szoboszlai. And they are accompanied forward by Salah on the right wing, Diogo Jota on the left, with Darwin Núñez, the Uruguayan, in first-class form with Uruguay. Liverpool need to turn to him, you would think. Did get a header on target. It was well saved by Ederson. Fine save, in fact, to ensure Liverpool couldn't find the back of the net in the first half. Manchester City, they've come out with an unchanged lineup in the second half. It's technically That's Núñez that was waiting in the half space. Well blocked by McAllister as City looked to exit. Here's Alexander-Arnold up against Ake. Took a touch. Akanji will clear it. Liverpool throw. Right side of the pitch. Still within about 40 yards of Ederson's goal. Current summary. I'll show you the stats. The XG for Liverpool, 0.21. They need to up that. City have theirs at 0.46, 61% of the ball as well. And 5 goal attempts to 4. Haaland now has got his hands all over McAllister, who wins the free kick about 45 out from goal, directly in front. And what will Alexander-Arnold do here? It's been about curtailing his impact in general play. We've seen him taking the set pieces, but unable to whip balls in. Just outside the half space, outside the penalty box, that's where he's most dangerous. So the citizens here lining up about 5 yards outside their own box to defend. Alexander-Arnold's with a slight angle to work with. He'll chip this in right to the edge. Good header from Ake. The big clearance comes from Bernardo Silva after it was brought down by Alvarez. It's a high clearance. Alexander-Arnold had to be imperious there at the back, and indeed he was. And again, He will smash it forward. That is a beautiful ball out to Mo Salah. And wants to go inside Ake. Twists in, turns, takes it to the byline. Well shepherded by Manuel Akanji, to the applause of those here in attendance. Big home crowd. Mo Salah, 11 goals against Manchester City in his career. 31 years old now, the Egyptian. 10 goals and 4 assists in this current season. His 7th year since leaving Roma. Played with Fiorentina and Chelsea. Genuine superstar of the game. And it's about he against Haaland. Different players, but the leading goal scorers for both sides with Nunez and Alvarez, the subplot. City in possession. Liverpool with a high line of 3 and then 2 straight behind them. Now Rodri will find a pass out towards the right for Walker out there. Now a lovely ball from Silva's chopped off. Otherwise it would have been Doku away. Here's Alexander-Arnold. And will curl the ball in. That's going to go out for a Liverpool corner. And once more, it should be Alexander-Arnold to fire this in. And Guardiola looks a little frustrated with the way his team are trying to get forward in transition and then leaving far too much space open for Liverpool to run into. The Reds still trailing. Up comes Van Dijk. It'll be the Dutchman. Jones is there, as is Matip. It'll be Tsimikas to whip this in on the left from the right side. In it comes. Really good area. Ederson will claim that with 2 hands, though. Judged it to perfection, and the throw forward doesn't find Foden. Now Szoboszlai chips it out to the left wing. It's stellar defending from Kyle Walker. You can see here Liverpool are doing so well to open things up. Switch will have to come. Over the back it will go for Doku. To take on his man, it's McAllister. He gets past him with ease. Will square it up, and it's Alvarez who chips it over the top of goal. Poor finish. Had to hurry. I think he panicked a little. Might have been able to take a touch here, Julian Alvarez, to look for his 5th of the season. It was Doku beat the man McAllister, and surely should be receiving a yellow for holding Doku back. Stuck his arm out. I'm not sure how much it impeded Doku. He's able to square things up for Alvarez, more or less on the penalty spot. On the left boot, he has put that over the top, blazing over the top. And Diogo Jota is down. Medical staff are out there having a conversation with Curtis Jones. I think Gakpo might be one of the resolutions here. Just looking at those benches. Diaz is there. Harvey Elliott, Endo, Gakpo, Gomez, Konate, Kwanzaa, Gravenberch as well. So we'll see who will come into this game as Diogo Jota. He's not limping off, but perhaps the precaution taken here. And to be fair, an impact that has been quite light in terms of getting forward, and it's all about the running off the ball for him. Substantial effort. I think it's time for Jurgen Klopp to bring in some reinforcements. And Jota will be the first. 54th minute change at the Etihad. Curtis Jones is the other one. It's about to make way. Luis Diaz will come in, so he should take over. Up forward on the left. Gravenberch will come into that midfield role. City back into the attack down the right wing. Foden's there. Intricate little ball in for Rodri. Arriving is Bernardo Silva. Haaland on the volley. And again, had to rush his effort. It's a little sliced. He's chipped that over the top of goal. It was a swing of the leg. It was rather high. He had Matip coming towards him, so he opted to take it as early as possible. Big opportunity here for Ryan Gravenberch, who's come over from Bayern Munich for 40 million euros. Former Ajax player. Ederson with the ball for City in his own area. Really good distribution out to the right side. And first class from Walker. He's so reliable on that side. 33 years old, former Tottenham player in his 7th season. 1 assist for him. Such a pillar at the back. His chip this time doesn't find the man. Liverpool win it back in the attacking half. Here's Luis Diaz, dispossessed, back to Ederson it goes. Gravenberch with Bayern Munich did play 1 game this season before leaving. 24 last term for a 0-goal return. In for his 8th of this particular season. He's just 21 years old. So we'll see who he fronts up against in that midfield. More than likely will be a Bernardo Silva figure. At this point, it's Nunez by himself and then a line of 4 in the high press from Liverpool. Ederson has to go long. Doku won't win that. And out the right side for Salah. Wants to take on Silva. Will stop. Get the ball back from Alexander-Arnold inside again to Szoboszlai. Chip out for Salah. They're really trying desperately to manufacture something down there with the Pharaoh. Aki will see it behind. 57th minute. 1-0 for Manchester City over Liverpool. Corner from the right side. The only 2 changes of the game so far. Tsimikas brings it in. Decent delivery at the near post. It all coming back out to McAllister. Then Alexander-Arnold with a chip. They might be caught out here at the back if Doku can get round Alexander-Arnold. He's able to hold him up. Doku now waits for Haaland. And also waits for Silva out to the left. Silva down the channel. Finds Alvarez. They come up towards McAllister. 2 World Cup winners. Back it goes to the halfway. City will settle it down. I think they'll be happy with a 1-0 win. It's all about dominance. It's all about that dominion at the top. Doku. Again, they go behind. Just looking to draw Liverpool out. Try and stretch their shape. It's 17 less than Andy Cole. Liverpool out with Nunez. Has to slice his way through. Can't get around to Ake, who claims it should be a goal kick. He says it's come off Nunez. Liverpool with another corner. So a few injuries for both sides. No De Bruyne, obviously. Kovacic and Nunez for Guardiola. Klopp missing Robertson, Thiago Alcantara and Bajcetic. The corner count starting to work out nicely for Liverpool. In the 60th minute, in for their 4th. Good delivery in from the right. That's come off Akanji. Bounces dangerously. No one there. Salah hooks it back in. And again, it's Foden who will sky this one. McAllister, a measured header to find Tsimikas. And he'll have to switch play. Lots of room for Alexander-Arnold. His first touch all important. He'll switch it back for Gravenberch. All brought down by the big Dutchman. And find Nunes. Wants to open up some space. Fires a rocket in. Hits Bernardo Silva. Spills out for Matip, who's in a spot of bother here because Haaland and Doku combine to dispossess him, and they want to get forward quickly. Down the channel it goes. Doku just runs in that direction, hopeful the ball will sit. It doesn't. It goes to the advantage of Szoboszlai. Now Salah, who is chopped down by Bernardo Silva. No malicious intent, but definitely made the contact, and Salah was able to draw in the Portuguese master. Little impulsive by Bernardo Silva, but effective. Now the chip in behind. Oh, that could have gone anywhere. It's come off Diaz and diverts away from the goal. Could have come off him and been a horrible own goal. Might just make that caveat there. So Liverpool with a corner from the left side. Tsimikas once more. Opting for the outswinger here. In it comes, a high delivery. Really nice delivery and a big header there from Van Dijk into the safe clutches of Ederson. And Virgil van Dijk is goalless this season. That would have been a huge way to bring Liverpool back into this game, and probably their best chance of this half. Ruben Diaz on the ball. Now Akanji spears a pass through for Foden. Up against Tsimikas. Liverpool defenders getting back. Offside flag goes. That must have been quite tight there, that call. Liverpool coming off that 3-0 win over Brentford. It's been quite a good season for them. Quite achievers that have culminated something big before the break. It's a season where they've lost just the one time, and they've won 3 of the last 4. That draw with Luton Town perhaps hampering their status. They could have been at the top of the Premier League coming into this one. And been able to come in with a different mindset. Now Doku, over halfway, goes inside McAllister, then past Gravenberch, all the way out to the right side. He'll run and deliver for Foden, one winger to the other. Of course, in all competitions, Liverpool losing to Toulouse, that 3-2 cliffhanger. It's Alvarez now, ball to the back post, over the head of Bernardo Silva. Nice shape on the ball it. And it was Foden. He had 2 options. It was 2-on-2 there, right on the 6-yard line. But the pass finding neither Haaland nor Silva. Again, City able to just crowd Liverpool out of possession once more. Ruben Diaz now, helped out by Rodri, then Silva. Those are the 2 players you want the ball with. Okay, Silva. 2 walls that Jurgen Klopp has out there. Is that wall of 5, and then if Manchester City get past that line of pressure, they can go at the next lot of 5. At the moment it's McAllister in between a wall of 4 and 5. Now it's out to Doku on the left wing, up against Alexander-Arnold. It's a battle for pace here. Doku wins it to the back post. Haaland sweeps the leg, doesn't actually make contact with the ball. It's away for now. Shot comes back in, deflected. And that's Rodri claiming it's hit an arm in the box. 65th minute, City leading 1-0. They all come towards referee Chris Kavanagh. Who at this point has no choice but to have at least pose the question. I don't think it's come off the arm there. Gravenberch, it's definitely come off the backsides. They're clutching at real straws here, Manchester City. Maybe it's hit the body, then the hands and flicked away. In any case, it's definitely a corner for the citizens at home, left side of the pitch. Alvarez on the right boot, it's an in-swinger, back post. Good positioning there by Virgil van Dijk. It's come off Ruben Dias. So Alisson Becker will have the goal kick. The next game's coming up. It's Liverpool at home to Lask, then at home to Fulham next weekend. So Lask is the midweek game in the Europa League. And for Manchester City, they've got a home game here. That's midweek against RB Leipzig. And then the big one. It's City, a tough week. It's Liverpool, RB Leipzig, then Tottenham. And Tottenham will have a couple of big players back, including Destiny Udogie. So in the back third, City. Good hustle from McAllister up against Ake. Goalkeeper finds Akanji, out to Ake. Salah's there, chops off the angle so that Rodri couldn't be found. But in comes Bernardo Silva and releases a fine pass forward for Alvarez, who will curl one out to the left wing. There's pinpoint, out to Doku. Wants to run in at Alexander-Arnold. Find a teammate in the middle. But back is Gravenberch and will send that behind once more. Left side of the pitch. It'll be a 67th minute corner for Manchester City. Now, how long until Guardiola makes changes? So a big moment here in this match. Another set piece. Julian Alvarez with the wanting crowd watching on. In it comes to the back post. It's there to be tucked home. It is Ruben Dias. A huge error from Alisson Becker. Another howler. And the ball's in the back of the net. The goal hasn't been added to the scoreboard, though. And the referee now coming over to have a chat to the goalkeeper. What's happened here? Did Haaland get in the... No, it's an infringement there from Doku, is it? Did have an arm over the shoulder of Becker. Ruben Dias at the back post. Becker out-muscled. I guess there is definitely a foul there against the goalkeeper. It's all about that dominion at the top. Doku. Again, they go behind. Just looking to jump with two hands. Right in front of his goal, a couple of yards away. That's actually Manuel Akanji in his road. So the goal won't actually be added. So just the one goal deficit for Liverpool. And just for a moment, it looked as if Manchester City would have daylight on the scoreboard. Plenty of daylight here at the stadium. Lovely weather. It is cold around the United Kingdom. If you are at the stadium and listening in, thank you. It's now Akanji looking for the 1-2 exchange with Alvarez, who's been hacked to ground. There's some contact made there. He's grabbing both feet here. It's against Alexis McAllister. I'd say it's about 30 yards and about 10 yards to the left of the left post. Manchester City with a chance. Bernardo Silva is the left-footed option. Alvarez the right. Just the one in the wall, which is Gravenberch. Alisson Becker doesn't want this to take a touch off the wall and then find one of the corners. It'll be Bernardo Silva to chip it in, and there's an unmarked header, free header for Rodri, who has pushed that over the top of the crossbar. Now, was he onside? Definitely he's offside. Wouldn't have counted. I guess everyone had that feeling here as well. There's nothing like the sound of the ball hitting the back of the net. 71st minute at 1-0 for City over Liverpool. Becker spears the pass forward. Good header from Diaz. Solid in defence. Thought he had a goal of his own. Here's Doku now. Took it away from Szoboszlai. Releases Bernardo Silva. Matip is undecided whether to come to him. Eventually does. Space in the middle. Silva around Matip. Was there contact? Silva is incredulous to the decision. He wants a free kick. Liverpool will have a goal kick instead. There's other games to come a little later. There 3 o'clock blackout there. Burnley, West Ham, Luton, Crystal Palace, Newcastle, Chelsea, Nottingham and Brighton, and Sheffield United and Bournemouth. So do tune in for some more Premier League action. Here's half a chance for Nunez. Big save at the near post on the right side of goal from Ederson. The sniff was there. I think even if he had beaten the keeper, he was off target. But Ederson with a hand to that. Wonderful reaction save. I'd say it was going about half a foot wide of the right post. But again, it's City's ability to push Nunez into these acute angles. He had that one chance in the first half on the left foot from the left side of goal. Similar angle this time from about 6 yards out. Liverpool with the goal, with the corner rather. In it comes, and out there is Ederson, owning that area of the box. He'll claim it with 2 hands. Another change is coming for Jurgen Klopp. Now, you'd think with Gakpo warming up, it could be either Szoboszlai. Don't think he'd want to take off Nunez, surely. And definitely not Mo Salah. Luis Diaz has come in for Diogo Jota so far. Curtis Jones out for Ryan Gravenberch. It is Dominic Szoboszlai who'll make way. Cody Gakpo. Another Dutch. Real quality across this Liverpool bench. And the former PSV player is obviously not going to have the same effect as what he would in the Eredivisie. But still entered with a bang, didn't he, last season after joining in January. 2 goals for Gakpo thus far, his 11th appearance. So any kind of goal involvement for him will be welcome here for Liverpool supporters with 17 minutes in added time. Throw for Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold in centrally to Virgil van Dijk. Tsimikas. Gakpo for his 32nd Premier League game, 9 goals so far and 2 assists. It's not a bad return. Cost 42 million euros there. It's about 40 million quid. I'd say it's around the 44 million US for American listeners. Don't quote me on that. It's around that. Gakpo getting involved down the right side. Chips the ball forward for Salah. Across comes Akanji. Did he keep it in? Either way, it's going out. It's just a matter of whether it was down near the corner flag or further down the pitch. To be taken by Alexander-Arnold. In it comes towards McAllister. There's 4 City players there. Alvarez is there. Jinks his way across field from Gravenberch, and now Kyle Walker will get a sprint on down the right side. He's running out of options. Gets a push in the back from Nunez. Holds his ground. Finds Foden. Nunez again comes. Brings Foden down. Surely that is a free kick against the Uruguayan and yellow cards. But showing what's necessary to stop City. from getting forward and getting that second goal, which would surely win them this game. Foden feeling the contacts. Just unsure if he could have gone on with that instead of stumbling to ground. Went down rather easily once he felt that Nunez contact from behind. 75th minute yellow cards, actually the first of the game. So a very clean game. A lot of respect between these two sides. And at this point, it's Man City with a 4-point lead at the top of the Premier League standings. Alvarez, about 10 yards in from the right touchline, and I'd say about 20 yards back from the corner flag, maybe 25. Right side of the pitch. He will deliver this on the right. It'll be an outswinger away from the goal. In it comes to Haaland, who gets to that first. Tough ask to header it past Becker from there. Goes over the top of goal. Real pace on that header. So much power. So lethal in front of goal. And he's shown us today he's been deadly 50 times in the Premier League. Nunez nods that forward. It won't find Salah. Clearance comes from Ake. Foden slow things down. Looking for another way through. Haaland is all alone. Foden looking to get forward with Alvarez. Well done by Luis Diaz though, but he'll run out of space, run out of time, and eventually the referee will blow the whistle. Now who's this against? Is it going against Foden or Luis Diaz? Both players are down. It's like Apollo versus Rocky here. He's going to get up first though. Foden's holding his face. Now, there was the hand to the face of Foden, and I don't think Luis Diaz can argue with that. There wasn't much force behind it, but he did make contact with the face, and that was enough for Foden. That invitation to be sent to ground and waste a few seconds, win City the free kick. And this is on the right side in their own half, about 15 yards back from the halfway line. Kyle Walker will take. They will chip this down the channel. Haaland is the intended target, and nearly an error from Van Dijk. They'll work things out. Becker will hoof it forward. Past Diaz, goes straight out of bounds. City throw. Walker to take. Just on the attacking side of halfway. So this result would leave City outright in first place by 4 points. Liverpool will be equal with Arsenal, but Arsenal would have the game in hand. Now City can come down the left side. Doku. Alexander-Arnold just hanging off it. 4 City players waiting in the middle. Not exactly queuing up, but offering something. If Doku can find one of them. Now he'll square things. Get the receive back from Rodri. It'll sit for Silva, who volley it. And it doesn't work out for him. Went over towards Van Dijk, who clears. Now it's Liverpool in transition. The pace, see Colombian Diaz. Tracked back well by Kyle Walker. Now the switch comes. Not good enough. It's eventually hit the referee. Otherwise, Kanji complaining to the referee that he got in the way. He's saying City were away down the other end. Still at least, you'd say, 70 metres away from Becker's goal. But Diaz closed down superbly by Walker. Now Doku, 79th minute. The step over comes. He gets past Matip. Inside ball. Big save from Becker. Haaland looking for the brace. Got his left boot to it at the left post. Looking to turn it home from 4 yards. And is that a big moment in this game? If Liverpool get something from it, they can thank Becker, who has atoned for that opening goal shambles in the 27th minute. Now a ball out for Salah. Is this the goal? He'll find some space for Alexander-Arnold, and they do have the equaliser. What a strike that is. He's had nothing in front of goal all day, not able to deliver either, apart from set pieces, but it is Trent Alexander-Arnold, and that strike on the right, a drive across Ederson. In the 80th minute of play, that save from Becker, so crucial. And Liverpool back down the other end, and they make it 1-1 at the Etihad. Kanji looking for the 1-2 exchange with Alvarez, who's been hacked to ground. There's some contact made there. He's grabbing. Involved. Started down the left. There was a pass in between Alexander-Arnold and Salah. Salah picked it up, found the number 66, and he wasted no time. Took a touch, got in between two City players, fired it past Akanji into the far corner, the bottom left. Ederson outstretched, couldn't get there. Liverpool supporters that have travelled the 45 minutes to get here are revelling in this one, and so is Jurgen Klopp. Butterflies in the stomach for the German coach. He said it was a super special game, and perhaps they might take a super special result home. Guardiola, he rubs the blade zero across the top in frustration, and it is back. Arsenal fans will be loving that goal. Just as a side note, Liverpool up to 28 points now. City back to 29. I'd say Manchester United fans enjoying that Liverpool goal. There's not much love between the two clubs, but anything to restrict City from storming off to make it 6 from 7. Now Doku. Moments ago he was back down here. Couldn't find Haaland in the middle. There's a free kick here against Gakpo, bringing down Akanji. Dangerous area this, because it's the 82nd minute. Doku doing well to get past McAllister. Then Gakpo coming across, and he's forcing Akanji to ground. And this is about 24 yards away and about 8 or 9 to the left of the left post. So supreme for a right footer or a left footer to find that near post top corner. The dip needed, but you need that elevation first. And referee Chris Kavanagh draws the line. Literally, I'm talking about, with his can of white spray. 4 men in the wall for Alisson Becker. Diaz is there. Plenty of South American flavour in this one. A couple of Brazilian goalkeepers. Diaz on one side of the wall, and Alvarez will probably take it. One laying down as well. That's McAllister, just to add to the flavour. It is Alvarez. Really lovely, gorgeous looking free kick. It's hit the top of the wall though, and bounces conveniently for the goal scorer for Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold, his clearance, finds Kyle Walker. 7 minutes to go. Alvarez once more, out to Doku. Just outside the box. Excitement quelled. Here's Alvarez, squares it up. Akanji. Big part of City's performance so far today. Here's Doku, receives from Rodri. A little chip into the box, into the half space. Here's Doku, who fires in, hits 2 Liverpool players. And now's a chance for Salah to go inside out and release Gakpo down the right wing. Across comes Ake. Huge desperation from the Dutch defender. Will send it out. The former Bournemouth player will make sure that Gakpo wasn't away. There's be another 2 changes here as City still refraining. Guardiola making them go as deep into this game as possible. Meanwhile, this is the 4th and 5th change for Jurgen Klopp, who adds a little bit of petrol to the tank. McAllister is one player. Endo will come in. And Harvey Elliott for Nunez. So I'd say this is a situation where Elliott will go into midfield and Gakpo will definitely push up to that striker role. Endo also will come into the midfield for McAllister. Did get a header on target. It was well saved by Edison. Fine save, in fact, to ensure Liverpool couldn't find the back of the net in the first half. Manchester City, they've come out with an unchanged. And Endo immediately on the ball. He was dropped for this game. Wataru Endo, 30 years old, and in for his 8th. Still yet to get a goal in this division after leaving Stuttgart. Did play in the 5-0 rout of Syria for Japan. Was on the bench for the other 5-0 rout against Myanmar. Here's Doku. Just outside the box, he'll win a free kick for City. Really quick feet there. Alexander-Arnold complaining with a little under 5 minutes to go. Now, what is Guardiola going to do? Matip's going to the book for this. Now, Matip was stationary, and behind was Alexander-Arnold. To the side was Elliott, and Doku was able to weave. Eventually went to ground, won the free kick, and these are those crucial pieces of play towards the end of a match. And now it's a yellow card for Matip. He's the only player out there on one. So Harvey Elliott is the one-man wall. This is about 21 yards back from the goal line and about, I'd say, 15 in from the left-hand touchline. So Silva, you'd think, would want to curl this away. Instead, it's Alvarez towards Haaland, and that's come off a Liverpool player, off Endo. There was 2 marking Haaland there to try and contain the big Norwegian. Looking for his 51st Premier League goal. I wonder what the records are now that he's got his 50th in record time. 17 games before what Andy Cole was able to achieve. Now another chip into the middle, and Edison pushed into his own goal there. Becker rather, down that end, but he's been fouled in the process because he was pushed in by, I think it's Ake there, or was it Akanji once more? It is Akanji. Just trying to force Becker back into his goal and frustrate the goalkeeper, who's out there now complaining to the referee. First half goal, Erling Haaland. Second half goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Becker will take this free kick short. Endo just in front of the defence, still in their defensive third. Long ball will come from Elliott down towards Salah, headed clear by Diaz, who gets there on the second attempt on the loose ball. Rodri will chip a ball out to the right wing, but there's another whistle gone here. And this is a foul against Manuel Akanji in the 88th minute. Pep Guardiola still hasn't made one substitution. Does have that reputation for holding on and holding on and holding on. He must like the dynamic out there. Full faith that his players have enough nuclear-powered kind of side. Manchester City. Other yellow cards coming. I think this is going to Bernardo Silva for saying something to the referee. An error at the back. Flash that. Referee Chris Kavanagh. Indeed, it is going to Manchester City number 20, Bernardo Silva. That is his third of the season. Double matches, 3 assists and 3 goals. Back underway, Edison finds Ake, defensive third. Forward pass towards Silva. And he's knocked over by Gakpo. It was intentional, that's for sure. Not enough in it for a card. It'll be a simple free kick, and now Akanji back in. Square it up for Diaz to run onto. Makes his way towards the halfway. Liverpool have done well here to ensure there's really not much in there behind. But Alvarez makes something from nothing. Here's Foden on the 1-2. Alvarez inside for Rodri. City happy with the points. Happy with possession, that's for sure. But they've given it away here with Luis Diaz stealing it off Foden. Inside for Gravenberch. That's gone out of play though. City will have a throw right side of the pitch around the halfway. Ruben Diaz, former Benfica player. There's a few of them out there that have played there, Bernardo Silva included. Ruben Diaz, and was up against his former Benfica buddy Darwin Núñez. Different periods of their career though. Here's Jeremy Doku on the left side, takes on Alexander-Arnold to the byline. He comes. Was there contact? No. And that's come off the Belgian. So Alisson Becker will be relieved. 8 minutes of stoppages into the first of those. Is Pep going to crack yet? His side have rarely shown any cracks. Liverpool eventually applying enough pressure through a simple Mo Salah pass to open up space for Alexander-Arnold. He's not a man that you want to give too much space to. And there was just enough for him to find the gap. He found that half a yard to drive into the far corner with enough power to beat Ederson in the 80th minute. And that was directly after that Becker save to deny City from going too clear. So just looking at the stats, it's still most of the ball, 60% of it with City. 1.41 the XG for them, 0.59 for Liverpool. 13 goal attempts to 8 in the flash score stats. And still no change for Pep Guardiola. Quite a stubborn coach when he wants to be. And against Chelsea, he actually did bring off. He made one in the 59th minute, didn't he, against Chelsea, Grealish and Doku. And then eventually it was Kovacic for Alvarez, and just the two. Doesn't like to tinker with his ideas. Here's Van Dijk. Forward pass is about 30 metres over the halfway line. Gravenberch, Diaz just held up a little. Endo, diagonal pass, finds Gakpo. Tries to get past Doku. He did well to nick it back. And Haaland, Rodri now. Good body language to take the ball away from Endo, but there'll be a free kick awarded and a yellow card coming the way. It's going to go against Gakpo here. No, it's going to Endo. That was a rash challenge. Definitely for the second challenge. So the substitute into the book. Here's Walker. Wants to shepherd this out. He gets a shove in the back for his trouble from Luis Diaz in the 93rd minute. That'll be a goal kick for Ederson. But a big month of football for both sides. Fans will be happy to get some continuity back into the season. Euro qualifiers are over. England topping the group. Now Doku dances his way through one. Elliott and then Gakpo get back. Now Salah turns it forward. Elliott in the spot of bother will give it away to Haaland. He's done so well to retrieve that ball. Now he takes it away from Haaland, from Elliott. Palms him off rather, like a rugby winger would. Tries the cross, wins the throw. So it's Liverpool Lask up next in the group stage of the Europa League as Akanji receives from the throw. Now for Walker. Then it's Liverpool, Fulham, Sheffield United, Liverpool, Crystal Palace, Liverpool. A couple of away games coming before the mid-December group stage game in the Europa League against Royal Union SG, the Belgian sides. Liverpool, Manchester United on the 17th of December. And in a flurry before Christmas, they'll play West Ham and Arsenal. That'll be huge. A couple of days before Christmas. Late chance here. Bernardo Silva on the volley. On the turn. And it's hit Matip. Silva will try the cross. 95th minute of play. Header forward by Ake. Nice delivery to Doku. It's for a moment there. It looked like Liverpool players thought the play was momentarily paused. Here's Bernardo Silva. Inside one. Will free up space. It's Doku. Doesn't go for the shot and probably should have. He looked over in his peripheral vision and saw Alvarez and Haaland standing at the right post and unselfishly went to them. It didn't find either of them. Manchester City squandering the 1-0 leads. Here's Foden. Can they wrestle it back? Wants to go inside his man. Good ball in between a couple of City would-be attackers, Doku and Silva, and Foden again with another poor delivery. Poor execution in the end, and it looks like it's going to be 2 Premier League draws on the trot for Manchester City. A 4-4 away to Chelsea, and Liverpool, really tough opponent anywhere. Little N1-1, or is there something very, very late? Some kind of historical goal. Or is the Trent Alexander-Arnold goal the historic one? We will be proud of that achievement, but boy, what an achievement from Erling Haaland. 50 strikes in this division in just 48 matches. Now up next, City will have a home game against RB Leipzig. Guardiola starting to mouth off now. And it's another one next week as Becker just beats the rush from Haaland. Might be a chance here. Haaland won't get there in front of Tsimikas. Back for Becker. Slices that one clear. It'll sit for Diaz. And now they'll pull forward. Here comes City. One final flurry into the back post. Comes off Alexander-Arnold. Will sit for Doku. Can they defend here? He tries something on the trick stick. Into the middle it comes towards Diaz. And City want a corner. Now I think John Matip, who's cannot believe that the referee and the linesman haven't ruled for a goal kick. Becker is down. He's holding his right leg. Is there a knee issue there? And he'll have to see out the next 62 seconds. Has he got it in him? Haaland comes over to him. I think he's trying to get in his head. At this stage, Akanji's all over him. And Haaland sniggering off at him. Plenty of red shirts around him to protect, though. And it comes from the left side. It's there to be put home by Haaland, but he's just glanced at to the right of the right post. And that was the moment for Haaland. He's already a hero. But this would have sealed any doubts at all that he is the number one. And that Manchester City are the number one. And Becker not forced into making a save here. And Haaland, well, with that big frame, he had to actually crouch down. He rose that high and he flicked that on. There was no one there to put it in either. And we are at the end of the 8th minute. Liverpool in possession. Salah for Tsimikas. Now Endo. Lay it back. Gets around Walker. Is there something here for an away win? A famous one. Chip ball in. Diaz flicks it on. Out comes Edison. Not enough of a good direction on that one. And the direction will end in a draw here. It'll be something for Jurgen Klopp to savour. It's the first time he's come here, and there's some words between Darwin Núñez and Guardiola. Something happening on the touchline there. Guardiola telling Núñez to come over and have a chat with him. And getting in the road is McAllister. Also Curtis Jones. It's not Darwin Núñez's day. Had a solid game. It's all about his teammate Trent Alexander-Arnold, who got the equaliser. Guardiola is pointing and cursing. I'm not sure what's happened there, but Trent Alexander-Arnold with a reply in the second half. 80th minute equaliser, and Erling Haaland will still have plenty to celebrate for Manchester City. They maintain top spot for now at the apex of the Premier League standings, with Arsenal to play, who could go above them if they can win. And that will be a game that will come against Brentford tomorrow. That's away at the G-Tech for Arsenal, a London derby. And they should be favourites to win that. Liverpool beating Brentford comfortably 3-0 just before the international break. Guardiola's still going on with it, but a good relationship between he
salute those who are leaving the field. And the Frutus Sebastian's off for Bebe. So, fresh legs for Vallecano, who've been defending for most of this second half, but still lead by a goal to nil here at the Bridge of Vallecas Stadium. They flicked a ball on, it's hooked away by Christensen, out towards that far side. I think that's Pedri that's picked it up for Barcelona. He was under too much pressure, that's a free kick. Midway inside the Barcelona half, central position. Gundogan takes it quickly to De Jong. De Jong plays a square pass to Christensen, to the right of the centre circle, into Cancelo. But Frankie de Jong's been robbed in the centre circle. Helped out by Gundogan though. Barcelona have won the ball back. Here's de Jong once more, bursting forward, burst beyond his man. Surely he was brought down there. That's going to be a booking. Yeah, clear booking. The goal scorer, Unai Lopez, is in the book for that. De Jong was threatening to burst into the penalty box there. And Lopez grabbed hold of a piece of his shirt and pulled him back. This is a dangerous position, this one, for Barcelona. It's probably 5 yards or so outside the box, to the left of centre. Lewandowski and Gundogan are over it. It's a player laying down behind the wall, which has 5 or 6 men in it. Looks as if Lewandowski's going to try his luck. Can the Polish international pull Barcelona level? It's probably 25 yards out. In comes Lewandowski, shoots, it hits the top of the wall. Keeper comes out, punches clear, under pressure. It's come out to this near side to Yamal, who's played it off a Vallecano foot and behind for a corner. So the two substitutions for Vallecano haven't changed the flow of this second half, which is moving towards their goal. The corner's taken short to Pedri. He comes back to Frankie de Jong, who's becoming increasingly influential. He's played it to Gundogan on the right. Ball back in, headed towards the far post, but it's wide of that far post and out for a goal kick. Again, they didn't make the most of that, Barcelona. I think they caught out Vallecano with the quick corner, with the short corner. And when Gundogan put the ball back across, it was nudged towards goal by Christensen and then helped further towards goal by Yamal, but drifted wide of the far stick. Dmitrievski with the goal kick for Vallecano over the halfway line, headed back into Vallecano territory. Mooming gets a big swinging boot at it and gets it to Bebe on the halfway line. Bebe shields the ball from Yamal, hooks it forward, but they can't take it under their spell. Sergio Camelo couldn't hold on to the ball, and it's back in Barcelona possession. I don't know what the possession stats are for this second half, but Barcelona have dominated them. They come over the halfway line with Christensen. Oh, that's a terrible ball forward by him to nobody in particular, and it drifts all the way through to Dimitrievski. Xavi Hernandez claps his hands in the Barcelona dugout, but must be getting a little anxious now. 72 minutes played, Rayo Vallecano 1, Barcelona 0. Barcelona preparing a double substitution. Rafinha's getting ready to come on. He's one of those getting stripped and ready. In the meantime, Mumin pokes it into the Barcelona half. And Vallecano chase it down into the right-hand corner as Barcelona play. Barcelona have won a free kick just short of the halfway line, having made the clearance. I think Yamal might be one of those coming off, and I think he might have been given the signal. He's not terribly happy about it if that's the case. Mumin is now on the floor. Unfortunately, we didn't have live pictures of that incident, so I'm not quite sure why he's sitting on the deck. But the physios are out to look at him. 73 minutes gone. Rayo Vallecano 1, Barcelona 0. Barcelona under pressure in this situation because they don't want to slip further behind domestically. They've got some tough matches coming up before the midwinter break as well. At home to Atletico Madrid, at home to the leaders Girona, away to Valencia, and at home to Almeria. So Atletico Madrid and Girona particularly are tough assignments. If they lose this game, they could be a long way adrift of the front two come Christmas time. Well, we've got 2 changes for Barcelona and 2 for Vallecano as well. I think Mumin's day might be done. But yeah, we're seeing that Pedri is coming off. Pedri's coming off for Firmin, who played the last game and was dropped to the bench today. And Yamal has indeed gone off to allow Rafinha to take to the stage. 2 substitutions too for Vallecano, which we'll pick up upon. Yamal looks pretty disconsolate to have been substituted, has to be said. Here are Barcelona from the restart with Frankie de Jong into the centre circle to Gundogan. Ball poked forward. And now to this near side to Rafinha, who gets his first touch of the ball. Radamel Falcao is on for Camelo. And Cease has come on for Mumin. Pathé Cease. So lots of changes with 15 minutes to play here at the bridge of Vallecas Stadium on the Flash Score audio commentary service. Frankie de Jong out on that far side, plays it wider to Baldi. Baldi inside, that's a good turn by João Felix. It's back to Baldi again. Baldi inside, it's going to come across to this right edge of the area to oh my word, it's been clawed away again. The initial shot from Rafinha hit the post. Lewandowski went to stab it in off the rebound, and Vallecano scrambled it clear. Rafinha's shot was like a tracer bullet. Came back towards the goal again, I think from Lewandowski, and Dimitrievski regained enough of his feet to pour the ball to safety, helped out by his defenders. It was Palazon in the end who hooked it clear. But I think Xavi Hernandez thought his side had equalised there. That would have been a dramatic impact from Rafinha, the former Leeds man. A puff of the cheeks from Lewandowski, who can't believe his team didn't get level. It was a glorious hit from Rafinha. Not dissimilar, actually, from Unai Lopez's shot in the first half that put Vallecano in front. But their goal survives the scare, and the hosts still lead 1-0. despite only having had a third of possession in the second half, and I'm surprised they've had 33%, to be honest, because I thought they'd had less. Here's Rafinha once more. Can he cause more trouble? He drifts the ball into the box. It's gone all the way through. Barcelona are appealing for a corner, and they're not going to get given one. It's going to be given as a goal kick. Cease challenge for the ball, but I don't think he touched it. That's why it's been given as a goal kick. Well, they're going to bring another substitution on. Vallecano. I think the goal scorer is leaving us. Unai Lopez. He's going to be replaced. It is indeed Lopez who's going off. And Ratiu is coming on, who's usually a right back. So I think they've got two right backs on the field now. I think that signals that Vallecano are going to try and hold what they've got. Kicked forward by Dimitrievski, far too long, going to go all the way through to Inaki Penna, who's been a virtual spectator in this second half. Inigo Martinez, left of the centre circle, forward to Frankie de Jong, and now back to Christensen to the right of that centre circle. He approaches the halfway line but stands on the ball and plays it square. Played forward over the halfway line now to João Felix. Back to Baldi. Baldi back into his own half again to Inigo Martinez. Martinez exchanges passes with Gundogan before they involve Christensen once more. Out to this near side to Rafinha, 10 yards inside the Vallecano half. Back into the centre circle again to Martinez, who drifts it out to the left to Baldi, who can't keep it in play. He tried to control it on his chest, but it ran away from him over the dead ball line for a goal kick. And the clock is beginning to be against Barcelona. Just over 11 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Rayo Vallecano 1, Barcelona 0. Is this going to be the fourth time in 5 meetings that Rayo Vallecano, the Thunderbolts, get one over on the Spanish Giants? Barcelona have a free kick deep in their own half. Christensen square to Martinez. Martinez towards the halfway line to Baldi. Baldi inside, but that's intercepted by Vallecano. Palazon plays it forward. It's going to break. Shot comes in from distance. It flashes wide. Was never threatening the goal, but at least it's a shot. It's Kike Perez who came on just a few minutes ago. Didn't get it on target though. Barcelona being given the hurry up now by Vallecano. We're looking to put their illustrious visitors under pressure. Here's Gundogan running through the centre circle. Former Manchester City man. He's played it out to the left. It's a good ball. If Rafinha can keep it in, he can't. I thought he'd kept it in. He got a touch on it. It rolled over his boot and went over the dead ball line. So that's a couple of times in the last few minutes that they've got behind the Vallecano defence but haven't been able to keep the ball in play. But that's the sort of thing they've got to do, I think, in the latter stages of this game if they're going to level it off. Dimitrievski with the goal kick for Rayo Vallecano, right-footed, up over the halfway line, headed back into home territory. Barcelona player goes down under pressure from Espino, but the referee says play on. Rafinha picks it up, but his attempts to find Lewandowski fail, and again it drifts all the way through to Dimitrievski, who waits for the pole to approach him before he picks the ball up, just to take a few more seconds off the clock. Well. Rayo Vallecano 1, Barcelona 0 on the Flash Score audio commentary service in this La Liga lunchtime kickoff. The kick over the halfway line. Barcelona have picked it up again on halfway. They lay the ball through, looking for Rafinha. Dimitrievski is out quickly. Clears it over halfway. It's going to run all the way through to Inaki Penna. Couldn't get anybody to latch on to the long ball. Couldn't Rayo Vallecano. It was a good effort, but just couldn't get onto it. Radamel Falcao that was, chasing the ball. The great Colombian. There's a ball across the box. Here's Lewandowski, and that's 1-1. Well, simple as you like in the end. They got the ball out wide. Did Barcelona to Baldi. He got it across the box. And when Lewandowski's in front of his defender and has a header at goal, you know he's going to score. And he's buried it. Well, there may be some question about whether Baldi's offside here. It's tight, but I think the player on the near side might be playing him on. He put the ball across the box first time, and that's what really undid Rayo Vallecano, because they couldn't set themselves. And when the ball came across, Lewandowski dived in bravely, because there was a foot flying from a Vallecano defender, but he put his head in, did Lewandowski. Or has it actually come off the defender and gone in for an own goal? Well, the referee's listening in to VAR's debate about the offside. But I think the goal is going to stand. So Barcelona are level. Yeah, I think when the ball is played, he's being played onside by Espino on this near side. The ball came across the box. I'm still not certain whether the last touch came off Lewandowski or the defender. But what we do know is that it's 1-1. Vallecano's rear guard in the second half has come undone. The ball's with Inaki Pena. Well, can Barcelona go on to win now that they've got level? Here's Baldi, who put in the cross for the goal. It's a delightful cross, it really was. Here come Barcelona again, down the far side. They've won a free kick, 15 yards in Vallecano territory. João Felix, the man brought down. Well, you fear for Vallecano now, you really do, because they've created almost nothing in this second half and been put under severe pressure. And they've finally been breached. Inigo Martinez out to Frankie de Jong. De Jong drifts the ball forward, hooked away by Bebe, who's almost in the left back position, which tells you how deep Vallecano have got. Cancelo, central position, 35 yards from goal. Runs away from one challenge, runs away from another. He's got the ball out wide. It's going to be retrieved for Barcelona. They play it back to Inaki Pena. Pena to Martinez. Martinez to Gundogan. Gundogan doesn't keep hold of it, but and commits a foul. So Vallecano have won a free kick. Which I think they've taken too quickly. So the referee. Yeah, we're seeing the decision for the goal, and there clearly is no offside. Baldi was well onside when he received the ball. Well onside. So there we are. It's a free kick to Vallecano anyway, inside their own half. Drift the ball forward to this left-hand side, but Bebe doesn't keep it in. It's a fairly feeble effort, actually, from Bebe to keep the ball in. Thought he should have done better with that, but he didn't. Throw into Barcelona, taken by Cancelo. The ball back to him wasn't great, and it's allowed Vallecano to win the ball, but they can't keep hold of it either. It's all gone rather scrappy at this time. Not the prettiest game at the moment. Here's Bebe. Well, that's a nice nutmeg of Cancelo. Tries to come inside, loses the ball, and Barcelona will counter-attack. And they played the ball forward, looking for Rafinha, but it's too long. It's through to Dmitrievski. who can set his team moving forward again. That was a nice nutmeg from Bebe a minute or so ago. He doesn't manage to bring that ball under his spell though, and Barcelona have it once more. But not for long. Here come Vallecano down the right hand side, just in from that far touchline. Back to Palazon, who's playing pretty deep now. He retreats back into his own half to Pathé Ciss. Ciss again to the right of the centre circle, swings the ball right to left. He's looking for Bebe on this far side, and again Bebe fails to keep the ball in play. Again, I think he should have done better there. So he's failed to keep two balls in play and played a lovely nutmeg. So we've seen the good, the bad and the ugly of Bebe in the last 2 or 3 minutes. Here's Barcelona on there on the far side with Baldi all the way back to Inaki Penna. Forward to Christensen. Christensen plays it forward to Rafinha. Rafinha holds off his man, plays it back to Christensen. It's only 2 minutes plus stoppage time remaining in the game. I think Ospino was penalised for that, but Barcelona have played on. Here's Baldi, almost level with the 18-yard area, 5 yards in from the far touchline. He's played it in field. It's come to De Jong. De Jong to Rafinha. He tried to play a little 1-2 with Gundogan. Gundogan has won that ball and given it back to Rafinha. Rafinha lays it through, looking for Lewandowski, but the defender does well. Gets between Lewandowski and his goalkeeper and screens the ball through to Dimitrievski. And so it remains 1-1. Now, Lewandowski's 9th of the season has so far won Barcelona a point. Can they win more than that? Or will Vallecano surprise Barcelona once again? João Cancelo's gone down under challenge. That's led to another booking. The booking for Radamel Falcao. Over 100 caps for Colombia. That was a clothesline of South American wrestling proportions, that was. No wonder he got booked for that. The ball forward. Saw Cisse get it out over the far touchline for a throw. Lewandowski down in a heap, picks himself up somewhat gingerly. As the clock ticks down here, we'll soon find out how much stoppage time we're going to play. Are Barcelona going to pinch this, or can Vallecano hang on? It's come to Rafinha on the right edge of the box. He's gone past his man. Can he pull it back from the byline? Well, he did so, but straight into the hands of Dimitrievski. And the danger is snuffed out, but he's made a really strong impression since he came on, Rafinha, striking the post and giving them some real pace down this side. Lamine Yamal was disappointed when he was dragged off to bring Rafinha on, but Rafinha's made a difference. An aimless ball forward by Vallecano is eaten up by Cancelo. Plays it to Inigo Martinez. Martinez up over the halfway line, too far for Lewandowski. Pathé Ciss tidies up, gets it back to Dimitrievski. We've got 7 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this game. And we've played half a minute of that. Are we going to get a winner? Have Barcelona done enough to get a winner, you ask yourself? The referee's whistle's gone again. Radamel Falcao's won a foul. Christensen in the back of him. So a free kick on halfway. It's Vallecano. It will take a lot of time over this, you feel. I think they would settle for a point. They've committed 21 fouls to Barcelona's 10. Ospino's having a debate about what he does with the free kick so that he can say he's discussing tactics and take more time off the clock. Bebe drifts the ball forward in the end. It's broken to the edge of the box. Shot comes in, it's wide. That was Pathé Ciss. Well, Bebe scored 2 stoppage time winners this season for Rayo Vallecano. And all the last 6 of Barcelona's single goal wins have been decided in the 80th minute or later, so don't rule out a winner yet. It's a throw on halfway, or a free kick on just short of halfway to Rayo Vallecano, right out on the touchline, the far side. About 3 of their players have walked past it without playing it, so maybe that's an attempt to run more time off the clock. João Felix has been booked for the foul that led to the free kick. I'm not quite sure why. It wasn't serious. Ball's played into the area, and Barcelona are struggling to clear this one. They've been given a free kick for a foul, and so they'll run it out of their own 18-yard box. Here's Inigo Martinez. Palazon approaches him, so he lays it off to Baldi. Baldi back inside to Frankie de Jong, back to Martinez, and all the way back to Inaki Pena. Inaki Pena plays it to the left of the box. Swung to this right-hand side to Christensen. Christensen approaches halfway, goes over the halfway line, past his man, lays it wide to Rafinha, continues his run, Christensen. Rafinha inside to Gundogan, 25 yards out, lofts it over the top, back towards Rafinha, and Rayo Vallecano have just about scrambled it away. Very nearly worked. They nearly walked their way into the Vallecano penalty area there. That attack is repelled, but Barcelona are going to bring the ball back again. It's all going one way at the end of this game. I don't know whether VAR are looking at whether there was a foul in the penalty area, but nothing's been given. Here's Frankie de Jong. Frankie de Jong runs into a Vallecano player. The referee's decided that's another foul. I think he's penalised de Jong for running into the Vallecano player and leaving a foot in. So de Jong becomes the latest man in the book. He says, how's that my foul? He brought me down. The referee doesn't agree. That's another ball into the box that caused consternation. Rafinha couldn't quite get on it. Under pressure from Espino. And Cease backheeled it out of danger. Well, the referee is still having a word with Frankie de Jong. It's a Vallecano player down on the deck, who is Baliol. So he's receiving some attention. This will add to the minutes of added on time. He's climbing back to his feet again to go and take up his position, and we'll finally get the